بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد الخلق أجمعين سيدنا محمد عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم. We start in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and may His peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we're going to start with an introduction. Why are we here in this life and why should we even care? Imagine going to sleep in the comfort of your bed, only to wake up on a ship in the middle of a vast and endless ocean. The first thoughts that would race to your mind are the questions: how did I get here? Why am I here? And where is this ship taking me? These are not just passing curiosities, they are urgent and necessary questions. You've been placed on this vessel without your consent, and it sails onward, indifferent to your confusion. To wonder about your destination is not just mere curiosity, it's a matter of survival. On that ship, you found someone who offered you delicious food and sweet drinks. You got distracted by it for a while, but then you remembered the questions you had asked, because these distractions won't answer them for you. Now consider this. You were thrown into existence just as suddenly. How did you come to be? What is your purpose here? And where are you ultimately headed? Life is just like that ship. It moves forward without rest. To ask these questions is not just valid. It's not just valid. It's what makes us human. So the distractions you found on that ship are the same distractions found in this life. Anything that diverts you from answering the most important questions of existence are these distractions. Although it's wonderful to score high on your exams, to travel to beautiful places and cities, to eat the finest of food and drink the sweetest of drinks, you must not let these things distract you from answering what is more important, answers that should take higher priority. The poet Elia Abu Madi captures this existential bewilderment perfectly. He says, I came, I know not from where, yet here I stand. Before me a stretched path, so forth I walked, and I shall walk it still, willing or not. How I came, how I saw my way, I do not know. Am I new or ancient in this existence, free and unshackled, or bound in chains? Do I lead my life, or am I led? I wish I knew, yet I know not. Do we want our answers to life's biggest questions to mirror this poet's confusion? Of course not. We must search deeply, not just to satisfy curiosity, but to uncover the truth of our existence and what awaits us beyond it. So the quest for meaning was always universal. From ancient philosophers to modern scientists, every civilization has grappled with these fundamental questions. Why are we here? Is there more after death? Even the wealthiest and most powerful people find themselves asking, is this all there is? So this is a proof that no one, regardless of their status, wealth, and position in society, can escape these questions. Different belief systems, of course, offer different answers. You have Eastern philosophies, you have Western philosophies, you have atheism, materialism, and more. Each proposing its own theory about existence, death, and purpose. But what if there was an answer that satisfies both the mind and the heart? What if it wasn't just speculation and things which are made up, but proven without a doubt? What if the Creator Himself sent us a clear message explaining our true purpose? I believe that answer is Islam, obviously. In this mini course, I'll try to present some of the evidence. So another point I want to make is about the urgency of the afterlife. Think about how much effort you put into your life, your studies, your career, your ambitions. We strive without end for goals we deeply care about. But here's the thing, this life is fleeting. In less than 100 years, everyone you know, including yourself, will be gone. So we are willing to work so hard for temporary rewards, shouldn't we invest even more into securing something eternal? What if there is life after this one that never ends? Wouldn't it make sense to seek the truth about it right now before it's too late? To discover how we can attain the best in an everlasting existence. The choice is obvious and undeniably clear. If we dedicate ourselves so much to worldly pursuits, how much more should we devote to know about what comes after this world? So, another point is about death. So, death is the one inevitability every human being must face. So, it's a universal truth that no one can escape. Yet what lies beyond death remains life's most pressing question, or one of the most pressing questions. So if there is an afterlife, the stakes couldn't be higher. And this is not just abstract philosophy. Belief in a creator or even just a higher purpose gives us lens to interpret existence. It answers the soul's cry. Why are we here? How should we live? Without it, we are left in a universe where suffering and injustice are mere random accidents. But the promise of an afterlife transforms despair into meaning. It means that no pain is wasted, no oppression is forgotten, and every debt is gonna be settled in a final and perfect justice. Even Albert Camus, the atheist philosopher, who wrestled with life's absurdity, quote unquote, he considered that the only serious question is whether to continue living if nothing matters. Like, is it worth it to continue living if nothing matters? Or should we just take our lives? But the alternative, a life with an eternal purpose, shatters that bleakness. It rescues us and saves us from the meaninglessness, and grants dignity to our struggle. These are not just intellectual exercises. How we answer these questions shapes everything. How we live, how we endure suffering, how we face death, and ultimately where our souls find rest. To ignore them is not just being neutral, it's gambling with the possibility of eternity itself. So, returning to the ship example, imagine someone on that ship told you that they have the correct answers to all of these questions, not just empty answers, but ones that they can prove to be true. Naturally, you would be interested to listen to what they have to say. So this is what the prophets claimed, including the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I've personally verified the truth of these answers, and as a way of showing gratitude for discovering the truth, I want to share it with you. And you have every right to examine these answers and the evidence supporting them. And after all, I believe the claim that this can lead you to the truth, which will secure for you an eternal bliss in a paradise beyond imagination, and save you from a torment too horrible to imagine, is worth your time. And so if exploring this offer is of interest to you, then let us begin our journey, inshallah.